Hey guys, and welcome to LITTLEBLACKBOOK91. As promised, we said we'll have a part two, and part two is about to be explosive. We have both Tony and we have Morgan in the building. Yes, together. And that means we're going to have one of those great conversations as well. Please, in the audience, keep it respectful, keep it cute, keep it classy, and let's have a good time today. No background conversations, no background, talks. It's straight to the action and straight to the meat today. If you do want your questions read out, guys, then send us a super chat. Otherwise, I have a set of questions I got ready for Tony and Morgan.
I bet you do.
You ready?
We ready, baby.
You
okay,
ready?
Tony, Morgan, how are you guys doing first and foremost?
I'm doing great. Thank you all for waiting. I'm so sorry. I had to work pretty late tonight, so I got here as quick as I can. But I'm so excited. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Absolutely. I'm great. I feel good and ready to get this chat going. Let's do it.
Beautiful. Let's go straight in. First question: are you guys together?
What? No, we are not together. We're physically together right now, but we're not together. Are you looking at the right one? Look here.
Tony, are you agreeing with her response? Are you guys not together?
No, we're not together at this time. No.
Okay. So what are we doing at this moment then? What is this? Is this what we call a good friendship? Because this looks a bit cozy to me.
This is our official first date since the chaos happened. So we're just, hanging out.
Yeah.
We're just hanging out, and the emotions have settled a lot lately. So I'm not trying to kill them anymore. So yeah, we're just here. Right. We thought it'd be fun to be able to kind of see us in more of our element than the toxicity that you guys love to hate so much. So yeah, we just want to share this first date with you guys, our second first date. Since the fun.
Right. Okay. So it's your second first date. So this is officially a romantic date? Because I just want to make it clarify and make sure we're clear. We know exactly what we're coming to work with here right now. So is this a romantic date? Is that what we're saying?
To me, it looks nice.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sorry. I'm looking at two different.
Look at this one.
I'm sorry. Hey, all right. Yes, absolutely. It's definitely. I'm focusing. Jeez. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's a romantic. Yes, I'm very excited. For us to come together and share this first date with the fans out there and with you, Coco. So.
Okay. So what made you both not even suddenly, but what made you decide that you guys are now going to go in this particular direction? Because the last time we saw on the show, Morgan didn't choose you. After reunion, you was a monster. Sorry, I was about to start singing. But she said you was a monster. So why are we in this position now? What's happened? What's changed?
Well, it was a lot of emotions, right? Throughout the whole process. You guys seen what was going on throughout that whole process, and as you know, Morgan wear her emotions on her sleeves. It was very emotional for both of us, right? And we just took a step back, and went on with everyday life, and we still kept in contact, and it brought us here today. So again, I'm very excited to see Morgan, and looking forward to having a great day.
For you, Morgan, how did you guys get here?
Because he won't leave me alone.
What do you mean he won't leave you alone? What does that mean, Morgan?
You have to pick up.
I picked up.
Listen.
Yeah. So we just needed some time. It was too much. Emotions was too high. I couldn't really deal with anything for us to possibly move forward. That wasn't an option for me 5 months ago at the reunion. But the feelings are there. It never changed. We just needed some time apart. So now that I feel like you know, I have a little bit more balance, I'm able to engage in something like this with Tony.
Absolutely.
So for real, this is our first time like hanging out, guys. So I thought it would be pretty dope to bring you guys here with us. So this is real. This is the first time. This is our first date. Let's see how he do.
I appreciate this, you know, and we appreciate you bringing us into your world. Okay, let's get some questioning underway, because obviously you guys were on the show Ready to Love, Miami season 2, and both of you were, let's say, the crowd pleasers. You guys brought in a majority of the crowd who were focused on you two and some of your actions within the actual show. So let me ask the first question. So Morgan, let me ask this question to you. Now Tony's here. How real was the connection between you and Lyndon?
Lyndon and I had a very real connection. It wasn't to the depths of Tony and I connection, but yeah, it was real.
Okay. Was it as Tony described, which was that, you know, Tony said that, you know, he was feeling sorry for Lyndon because, you know, you I don't know whatever was said behind the scenes, what you two had, what you two agreed with. You know, he felt sorry for Lyndon. That's why he was so angry about Lyndon being on the show. Do you agree with that particular perspective?
He's never going to admit it, but he was bothered. You were bothered. He was bothered. I was giving Lyndon attention. He didn't want me to give anyone else any attention. He didn't like it, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. But no, for him to say that he wasn't bothered by Lyndon, I'm not buying that. Y'all aren't buying that. He's not even buying that. But you could call it what you want.
Tony, do you change your mind? Do you change your mind on that now? Do you now change your mind since last time we spoke?
I don't change my mind. As a matter of fact, you stated the other day that I had some type of jealousy going. Well, Lyndon has to have something that I want in order for me to be jealous, which he didn't have. So I don't consider it jealousy. I'm very territorial. So that's what it was.
Okay. So at the time of obviously the getaway going into the house together, were you two together? Did you two agree that you two were going to be together? I'm going to ask Morgan first. Did you agree before the getaway that you two were together?
I mean, we never had that conversation. You never passed me a note to my desk and say, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Check yes or no. But we were building. We knew what we had. It didn't have a title officially, no. But at that point, we both knew, you know, that we were leaning towards each other. I think that was pretty clear. Again, with Linda being in the house, I wasn't quite ready for him to go. Before he even came to the house, he and I had that conversation. He's like, how do you feel? And I said, Tony. The only thing that changed was Lyndon finally kind of showing me some emotion. I'm going to have the lobster. Are you taking out order?
Excuse me, guys.
Sorry, guys. I need to order my food. I'm going to have the lobster.
Yeah. Oh, grab yourself a lobster. No worries.
No, that's fine.
What's that?
What do you want? Just so you want to share that?
Sorry, I'm hungry. I just I didn't eat today. I was waiting for this. I'm hot.
Sorry about that.
What?
What's up?
Because I'm ordering food.
Y'all funny. Hey, I'm not even bad at it. Listen, I would say grab the lobster. I'm just saying, you know, make sure you get your sauces with that. I'm just saying, you know.
All right, let me hold it.
Don't get it tangled in my hair.
All
Ooh,
right.
that's so good. It's hot out
See,
here.
I told you, the ocean right there. Go ahead.
Sorry, you were saying, Morgan, you were talking about the situation between yourself, Lyndon, and just before the getaway.
Yeah, I mean, that was it. I really have much else to say about it besides by the time, you know, Lyndon was able to, you know, start exposing some of those emotions, it was a little too late because this guy had already made his mistake. So was I playing with Lyndon? No. Lyndon knew what it was, and I think at some point he knew that he should have kind of like stepped to the plate more. He should have like made that more, you know, apparent that he was serious. So
he wasn't a distraction?
Here you go, man. Was Lyndon a distraction?
Yeah, if Marcy was a distraction, then Lyndon, I guess, was a distraction by default.
Lyndon was a distraction from Tony. and that's not derogatory, but I was distracted from Tony. When Tony and I had something going on, you know, at the pool or whatever, then obviously I'm being distracted from spending time with Lyndon. When Lyndon and I had something going on by the pool, I'm obviously, my attention is on Lyndon and not Tony. The difference is that he don't know how to act. I know how to act. I would have kept it together. Look here. Look at this one.
I'm looking at him.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I know how to keep it together. This guy doesn't. So, yeah.
See, she's lying again. Here we go.
I'm not a liar.
She's over here telling you one thing, and it's not true, right? So she wouldn't be able to keep it together. But I quickly told her to stop playing around and get out the pool, and she did. So it is what it is.
Since obviously you said obviously she didn't keep it, she wouldn't keep it together. Early on in the season, we saw obviously her saying to you that, you know, she almost felt like, you know, you might have too many connections, smooth Tony, you know what I mean? Did you feel like she was putting some pressure on you early on in the season also to kind of lock off your connections that you had as well, Tony?
Absolutely. I truly believe she did put the pressure on me. We was on a dating show, right? So it was my job to get to know the women there. You know, I just didn't want to, you know, lock in with Morgan so early, right? So it doesn't take away the fact, you know, how I felt about Morgan or anything like that, but I definitely felt that, you know, Morgan felt some type of way of me, you know, working the room and getting to know the ladies. And actually she voiced that, right? She voiced that concern, but it is what it is. I truly understand how Morgan felt, but again, we was on a dating show and I just wanted to weigh my options at the time.
Morgan, would you agree that obviously you might have been putting a bit of pressure on Tony in terms of his connections that he had as well, in terms of narrowing it down and keeping his focus solely on you? Would you agree with that particular sentiment? If yes or no, just explain why.
Do I agree that I was applying pressure for him and his yeah, as I should have.
Why?
Because I want what I want, and closed mouths don't get fed, and I liked him, and I wanted him.
So then would it be fair then to say that what he did in the house then when he was putting pressure on you for Lyndon wasn't necessarily out of character of the relationship if you're putting pressure on him to close up his connections, if he's asking you to close up your connections?
No, it wasn't out of character. I wasn't surprised. I mean, obviously the dinner table was surprising, but as far as his demeanor, to be honest with you, I think he held it together better than I would have. I actually told him that. Like, I was like patting him, like, you did good. You did so good, because I probably wouldn't have been able to do it.
You just stated
I know,
that
I took it back. I was just kidding. It was cap. I take it back. I crossed my mind. Like, no.
What did I just tell you guys? See?
No, I don't.
Now, Morgan, what's going on around there?
See?
How are you taking it back, Morgan? How are you taking it back? Why are you taking it back? Tell us why you're taking it back, Morgan.
Because I thought about it. I thought about it.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And yeah, I think I probably would have done the same thing. What is this?
Soup.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's too hot out here for me. I'm real uncomfortable. It's the fan not gonna get it. I need them to put me inside. It's too hot. I'm gonna ask. I'm sorry. It's real hot, and I don't like it. I'm for real.
She'll be back. While she's away, Tony, let me ask a question to you. So obviously now you and Morgan are quote unquote moving together. What are your hopes for this relationship moving forward?
Again, obviously, it has so much more. I know you guys seen nothing but toxic, but in retrospect, that wasn't the case. You know, when Morgan and I was off camera, this is us off camera right here. What you guys seeing right now, this is us, right? We act silly, we laugh, and you know, we care about each other, right? And it's no toxic attraction, you know, it's no arguments or anything like that. And it always been like this, you know. It was just so happened that we was in a type of environment that kind of forced my hand and forced her hand as well, you know. So you know, we just want the people to see that you know, we not crazy. It's not, you know, when we off cameras, it's nothing but craziness. That's not the case. So again, you know, I definitely care for Morgan. Morgan cared for me, and everything's looking up. So we'll see. Uh, you know, contact us 5-6 months from now.
No, I definitely hear that. So, for you, obviously, how did you get past the point where obviously she called you a monster? She's said, 6 weeks. I needed you 6 weeks ago. Like she was on you, bro. Like she was on you. How did you get past that?
So again, the way I got past it, because I know Morgan. I know Morgan personally, right? So when she was stating, you know, those words to me, I know Morgan wear her emotions on her sleeve, right? I know she didn't mean that. And it just so happened that, you know, a lot was going on and she said what she said. But I didn't take it to heart. I knew she didn't mean it. I was upset that she would say something like that on national TV, right? To make everyone wonder, well, why she's calling Tony a monster, right? She have no reason to calling me a monster. She have no reasons. You know, I'm not a monster towards Morgan. I care about Morgan, and you know, we talked about it. We had a long discussion, and I told her how I felt, and you know, I told her I wasn't thrilled, I wasn't happy. You cannot say things like that, especially on national TV. You know what I'm saying? So and you know, she understood, and you know, she apologized, and we moved forward, and we move forward, you know.
How will you know? Because obviously we had a conversation the other time with me and yourself. Obviously, we know you like to get into long relationships.
Say it.
I said, we spoke last time, and you spoke about how you like to get into long relationships, Tony. And you'll fight before you quit.
Right.
How from your perspective, how do you know this isn't one of those situations where Tony gonna get into a relationship, he's gonna get into it long, he's gonna fight for a relationship, knowing that maybe in the back of his mind, maybe something might not be quite right. So is it one of those relationships? And if it's not, how do you know that this time around this could be the right one?
Comes with maturity, right? You live, you learn, and you have experiences, right? So as I explained in our last interview, I had 3 relationships, right? And I learned from each relationship. So every relationship that I stepped into, I became a better version of Tony, right? So this, you know, if this, you know, happened to move forward, Morgan will get the best version of Tony in all 3 relationships that I've been in the past, right? So again, it starts with communication, right? So me and Morgan really been communicating with each other, which we did not do in the past, right? So um, we are actually friends, right? So we actually have conversation, and we voice our opinions, our concerns, and things like that. So we are on the right path right now. This is how we should have started in the past, right? So we are definitely on the right path, and you know, I'm just taking it step by step. She's taking it step by step, and yeah, we're gonna see what happens.
All right, guys,
Love that.
we're gonna move this inside because it's too hot.
No worries, Cap. No worries.
Oh, thank God.
You know, on the other seat.
This one, it is humid in South Florida, and we are on the water right
Hey.
now. That little red thing that was helping, or not? Okay,
No,
this is
that's
fine.
fine. That's fine.
Ooh,
Okay.
Okay, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's hot out. It's hot where you are.
sugar melts.
Don't worry. It's hot where you are, so don't even worry. So Morgan, I was saying to Tony, how are you gonna know that this is the real deal this time round? And what work have you put into this relationship that is going to be different this time around, 5 months from last time? What work has been done to get us a different place?
The only thing that's happened, that's taking place, is time. Time heals all wounds. We haven't really had much conversations. Well, we spoke. We were speaking while the show was airing, but it always like erupted. You know, it was too fresh. It was too new. It was still too everything. So now that things have settled down, I'm more open to, you know, like, you know, exploring, and at least getting to a point with him where, you know, our feelings for each other were, you know, were real. So we don't have to like, you know, hate each other. I don't have to like not speak to him, because it was to the point where I wouldn't even speak to him at watch parties. He's like, Morgan, can you at least speak to me? Can you at least be cordial?
I didn't say all of that.
Yes, it did. You didn't say what you really said. Morgan. Why you do that, Morgan? Why? You can at least talk to me.
Go ahead, Kojo. Go ahead.
You can't talk to me.
So Morgan, obviously you spoke about obviously on the show that, you know, you two needed to get some counseling. When is this counseling taking place? So to move this relationship forward, or is it off the table now? You know, because you know, I would love to know.
If and when that time, you know, presents itself, then for Tony and I to move forward, I would definitely love for us to sit and talk to somebody. I think it's worth it. I think whatever he and I have is worth the effort.
Tony, obviously, you know, the counseling was mentioned on the show. You know, are you now invested in going forward with counseling if the relationship was to progress with you and Morgan?
Right. Absolutely. At the time, I really didn't understand why we needed counseling. You know, everything was still fresh and new. It didn't make sense to me, or neither, you know, to my sister as well. So, but you know, as time went by and like I said, the dust cleared, I definitely think it can only help, right? It can only help us, and I'm definitely all for it. Absolutely.
Okay, so why again? I'm going to press a little bit more on that issue. Why didn't we go? Why? I'm going to ask you, Tony, first. Why didn't we go into counseling first before we re-entered and re-engaged in the relationship to give ourselves the best chance of being able to make this work? Because seemingly you got the chemistry. Let's not lie, you got chemistry. Right. Okay, y'all got that chemistry. But why not enter that phase of counseling first before re-engage?
Well, you just mentioned the key word. Number one, we are not in a relationship.
Thank you.
We are friends.
You gotta
right?
start somewhere.
We friends right now, and like I said, you know, we having a good time being friends. You know, we able to communicate with each other. We able to talk and things of that nature. Like she stated, if things progress, absolutely, we will consider counseling and move forward with that. But at this time, right now, we're not in a relationship, so there's no need to jump ship, right, and just go to counseling for what? What is the reason going to counseling if you're not in a relationship, right? So we don't feel the need to do that at this point. But you know, when the time is right, we definitely would consider that. Absolutely.
Okay, so again, just to press that issue once more again. So if we're saying we're friends, are we actually doing platonic friendship here in growth in our relationship? Because if we're saying we're not in a relationship and therefore we're not going to go to counseling, I hear you. But if there is other things at play within the dynamics of this relationship, adult play, then shouldn't we be entering the counseling first before anything like that happens? I'm assuming. I'm not saying that actually is happening. I'm just saying if that is happening, though, then we are in some type of relationship, whether it's a situationship, whether it's a, you know, something leading to a relationship where if that's happening, adult play, then actually we get the counseling before it gets to that point. I'm not saying that's actually happening. I'm kind of putting that into perspective.
Kojo, do you know what happens when you assume?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so this what you guys are seeing is like real raw. I keep telling you that. Tony and I haven't been talking that long. What? A couple weeks, if that.
Yes.
We haven't been talking that long, especially not like long enough to get to that point. But again, we just baby steps, not baby bites, Jeffrey. Baby steps, you know. So this is step one for us, which is now we're on a level where, you know, we're not cussing, we're not mad. So I'm happy about that. I'm actually happy that I can look at him and, you know, it's that hurt and that pain is gone now. So we're starting somewhere. And again, it's just to see, you know, even if it's just comes down to this where we made amends and we reconciled our differences and we decided we're not for each other. That, I mean, I don't like to carry a grudge in my heart or heaviness in my heart. I think it takes so much more energy to, you know, have ill feelings towards someone than it does to just, you know, forgive and let it be. And that's where I'm at with it. That's where I'm at.
Mm.
So no,
I was.
no,
Yeah, go.
no stuff going on over here.
Okay. Obviously, Tony. In the meantime, obviously, you have a budding friendship with Marcia. You're quote unquote in a friend zone, or if you can call it that. Is that friendship still ongoing now? Since we're now exploring potentially some romantic interest with Morgan.
Right. Me and Marcia, we cordial with each other. When we see each other, we say hi, small talk and things of that nature. But no, we haven't spoken over the phone in a couple of weeks now. So, but it's we don't it's no problems with Marcia. When I see her, it's all love. So yeah.
So since obviously you and Morgan are still friends, will there be some, will there still be friendship dates between you and Marcia maybe in the future then? Because you and Morgan are just friends, so just wondering.
No, it haven't been in a long time now. So
cool, no worries. All right, back to the show. Obviously, because that's where I was, and so we'll get back to that place because I think there were some important things to discuss. Now, Morgan, you and Lyndon obviously did have a connection, and you kissed Lyndon actually as well, but Tony didn't actually know why. Did you kiss Lyndon and never informed Tony of this kiss before he saw it on a reunion? Talk to me.
Hey, look at her. Look at her. Look.
Because I'm petty. Y'all know I'm petty. I'm the get back queen. Like I'm real calculated. So we had this deal that we weren't gonna kiss nobody since the beginning. When he and I felt like we both liked each other, he was like, "Yo, you better not kiss nobody." And I was like, "Okay, fine. You better not kiss nobody either." Well, he did. So
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
So he did, and yeah, I was
better be the lobster.
I couldn't wait till it came out because he didn't know. Like, at least he told me about his little, escapade or whatever. I was like, I just couldn't wait to see the look on his face when he found out.
I'll take that. I'm allergic to
that looks good.
When he saw it, because I was mad at him. So yeah, production was being messy too. They was in on it. Why don't y'all give each other a little kiss goodbye? And I do think Lyndon and I had a sweet little connection where it warranted it, but I also knew that it would be a double-edged sword with this guy, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Just say it to everyone. You did it to get back at me. Just say that.
I said that I did it because I liked Lyndon and I wanted to be petty. That's not getting back at you. That's being petty.
Did you tell me you did it to get back at me?
I said I did it out of spite.
Despite me, right? All right.
Despite. Petty, spite, same thing, right?
Why did you? Okay, so you were obviously annoyed at him, but you guys had an agreement in that particular point to not kiss somebody. So out of the spite, you kissed him and then didn't tell him. So
yes.
Okay, so what again did he do that caused you to be angry at him that you wanted to do that?
Somebody and I didn't like it.
Who did he kiss that we don't know?
You saw who he kissed. Stop playing, Kojo. You know everything else. You know exactly who he kissed.
I don't even remember. Who did he kiss?
It don't matter who it was. It don't matter who it was. He did it, and I ain't like it.
I'm trying to remember who did he kiss. Who did he kiss? Who did you kiss, Tony?
Nobody.
Huh?
Nobody.
Nah. Because I don't remember this on the show. I don't remember Tony kissing somebody else. Am I?
Hey.
I imagined it. He didn't kiss anybody. It doesn't matter.
Are you talking about Natasha? That's okay. If that's what we're talking about, then that's that. Okay, fair enough. But I don't know another kiss. Was there another kiss, Tony?
If you can
was there another kiss, Tony?
Yeah, it was another kiss. It was.
Who was a kiss?
They didn't show that on the show. I believe they showed it.
Did they? I don't remember.
Me and Marcia had a wonderful date, and it was a kiss there.
You probably would have. Let me shut up. You probably would have planned.
No. Don't shut up, Morgan. Don't shut up, Morgan. What are you gonna say? Don't shut up.
We're not gonna do that.
Probably would have planned another one. That's okay. He was having fun. Kid in the candy store. Not on Marcy. I'm just saying, like in general, if he could have had his way. If he could have had his way, It's fine though. He was having fun. Live your life. Live your life.
Tony. Now, Tony, you didn't
Hold
tell
on,
me
hold
this.
on.
And it was his idea. Yo, man.
Hold on. Number one, honestly, all jokes aside, honestly, I forgot all about the promise. I didn't remember that we talked about that. I really didn't, man.
Exactly. Well, I remember.
I
remember.
I'm not saying that it's not true.
Y'all want to see my food?
No.
I can't
So,
eat it.
Tony, you kissed Marcia. So this connection was a real connection that was deep. It was not
Right.
a friendship.
I never.
So you
said
weren't
it
in the
was
friend zone.
I never said it was. I never said it was. I was in a friend zone. I never said that.
No, I know you didn't. I'm just saying because Marcia told us that you guys were friends. So she never mentioned no kiss. So I'm confused.
Well, no. Let me clear it up. By the reunion, Marcia and I was friends. Yes, we was friends. But on a dating show, we was dating, right? We was dating everyone. Everyone was dating everyone, right? But by the reunion, we was friends. Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's fair, but I didn't know that you guys had kissed previously because she never mentioned that.
They showed it on the episode.
Did I miss that? I don't remember seeing that. Maybe I missed that.
There's no way you missed that. But yeah, if you did miss it, then you missed it. But yeah, no big deal. Moving forward.
This is interesting. Okay, so all right, cool. Listen. Now the audience said they missed it too. We didn't see that. But okay. I have some questions from the audience because they.
But you know what? I think they did not show it. They showed it on the extended version. That's what happened.
You mean like the exclusive clips?
Yes, exclusive clips. That's what happened. Yes.
That's fair. That's probably why I didn't see it because they blocked me from that because I'm in UK. So yeah. I get that, but so as it stands right now, you and Marcia just friends, just because the question was the audience. Yeah,
absolutely. Yes. We always, Marcia and I always been friends.
Cool. There's another question here, but the audience said, "What about Anthony? Any chance for him, Morgan?"
Anthony?
What?
That's like family now.
No. Okay.
Anthony, either one is like brothers at this point.
Okay.
That's all.
And how many kids are you up to now? Is it 1,005?
Is Mark Anthony in there? No.
I don't think he's in there. No, I don't think he's in the chat. I haven't seen him.
I'm gonna give it like a good. Last time I checked, it was like 105. It's okay if we do like 10 more on top of that.
Whatever you like, sweet.
Let's do like 123.
Another question by the audience members. Again, Tony, are you comfortable dating someone who's vindictive? Hey, that's what they asked.
Sorry, I can't hear.
They said, Tony, are you comfortable dating someone who's so vindictive? Apparently.
You think I'm vindictive?
No, I don't think so.
I'm petty, but not vindictive.
Yeah. I'm very comfortable with Morgan. Absolutely.
I wouldn't say I'm vindictive. Just real petty. The Nair thing obviously was an isolated event. That's vindictive, but that's never happened before.
You need to work on that, though.
What, being petty?
Yeah, you do.
God ain't through with me yet.
She's working on it.
I'm working on it. Actually, no, I enjoy being petty. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I need you to work on it, though.
I like it. I like being petty. It keeps me young. It keeps me laughing. It keeps me happy. It keeps me useful. I enjoy it. As long as I don't hurt nobody no more. You like it.
Go ahead.
He loves it. Tony loves his energy. All right, cool. So, okay. So obviously, like I said, obviously we were just talking about the fact the kiss situation happened. You didn't tell him. You told us why you didn't tell him. It was you trying to get at him a little bit as well. And obviously because Tony also kissed somebody else as well. Okay, great. So, I want to get it from your perspective more because I never got to ask you from your perspective. Let's start from here. So when you walked in and they were playing pool, Tony and Lyndon.
Mm-hmm.
From your perspective, how did you see the situation? Because we saw what we saw in the pool situation first and foremost. But how did you read the situation? How did you interpret the situation?
I just thought it was so unfair that they were objectifying me, and I felt like I'm not anyone's object, at that moment. They were I'm lying. I liked it.
Yo, this girl.
I knew she was capping 100.
Who wouldn't? Well, we need the light. Who wouldn't like it? I mean, obviously it wasn't supposed to get that serious, but I walk in and two men are playing a pool game for my love. That sounds like something out the movies to me. So I was here for it. It was cute. It was harmless at that point. It was just cute and harmless at that point. Who wouldn't like that?
Listen, I'm not even mad at it. I hear what you're saying on that part. You know what I mean? I do hear you
At
into
some
that
point,
part.
they took it too far at some point, but at that moment, you know, it was all fun and games.
So then let me ask you a real question then. Obviously, how did you manage to recover? Because the beef between the two boys on the table was quite the beef, where obviously, Morgan, you became collateral damage. How did you recover from that situation? Because, you know, the points that Linda made about, you know, Tony said Linda can have you and he will go for Marcia. How did you recover from that situation?
Just time. Nothing he could say or do, you know, nothing had to happen. The only thing that had to happen was time. And some time went by. It was a wrong thing for him to say. It was a wrong thing for him to do. Regardless, you know, I still know he cared about me, and vice versa. He just had some hiccups, big ones along the way. And I think he's tried to still stay like constant as much as I would allow him to. I do think that is something that he would want us to get to a different, I guess, a better point than what this is. But yeah, it took some time, and I asked him that too in December when he started saying, you know, let's work things out, and I was like, you have to give me some time, like a lot of time. Like I need like 6 months, and that's funny that it's almost been 6 months, and I'm finally like, okay, I don't want to kill you anymore. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I won't kill him. Don't have to worry about no manslaughter, guys. I know y'all like to literally tear apart everything that I say. It was a joke. I don't want to hurt you either, unless you play with me.
She ain't joking, Tony. So you keep playing around with her, you see what happens. So obviously, Morgan, for you, when it first got said, how did you? How were you able to trust that actually? In fact, let me not say that, because that's a leading question. When it was said on the table, you know, that Tony again was would give you over to Lyndon. What was your initial response to that? Because we saw the camera response, but what was your response to that after?
Well, John, just believe me. When it's time for you to leave, I'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Honest to goodness, my initial thought was, he don't mean that. The boat ride there, Tony has temper tantrums, like a 3-year-old.
What?
So the boat ride, he was so mad. He wouldn't talk to me. Like Tony really acted like a
what
little.
Boat ride?
Leave me alone.
What boat ride are you referring to?
The Everglades.
Nah, you bugging. See, there you go.
I making it up.
I was good.
So you wasn't mad.
Nah.
What about when we had them little stupid feathers and we walking by outside in that little?
I don't remember all that. I was chilling.
You don't remember? He remember. I remember for the both of us. He was mad.
I wasn't mad, man.
First of all, he was mad that he was even coming from the morning of. When you said what you said, you was mad then. And then, oh God, here come Lyndon. I don't know how. And it's kind of your fault because he always let Lyndon beat him to the punch. Because Lyndon don't miss a beat. The minute it's like, all right, y'all, we going here. Here come Lyndon. He's gonna grab my hand.
I'm not worrying about that though.
Well, you should have been worried about it because now you're behind was sitting there looking stuck on. So
oh my God.
So listen, Lyndon grabbed my hand and sit me on the Everglades boat, and now we sitting in the front. I wish they had pictures.
Yeah, I had pictures. I was chilling in the back.
This guy in the back.
They wanted me to go in the front.
Puffing,
I was not like
puffing
that.
And
Stop
puffing.
it.
Yes, you were.
Are you serious?
Puffing and puffing in the back, Kojo.
That's what you seen. Me
so now he's mad because Lyndon is sitting next to me at the dinner table making tacos. So now this crazy man telling me, get up, move over here. So it was just a buildup of him being a kid, being like 3 or 4 years old, and he didn't want nobody playing with his toy. Right? Because at this point, I had just moved totally off of me. wasn't about me no more. It was just, now I'm an object. At some point I became an object, and I've accepted that. So yeah, he didn't want nobody playing with his toy, and now he's mad and he's throwing a temper tantrum, and that's where the buildup came from. I said this at the reunion, I'm going to say it again. I think he would have enjoyed his other connection being there because he liked it. He liked it. He liked when he had two of these beautiful women, you know, vying for his attention. The only thing that made him act out like that was because it was just me, you know, and he had nobody else. I do think he would have behaved differently. I don't think he would have done that. Obviously, he would have had no reason to. The statement wouldn't have been true. But I don't think he would have did that. I don't think it would have ended well either, though. Let's just say this. I think it was best for him to have said what he said at the dinner table than for his other person to have been there.
Whatever that means, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, I actually, generally, as I'm watching this, I kind of like you guys, and I know I shouldn't, because you're crazy. I'm just convinced of you, but I love it. I don't know. There's something about you two that is just very
good, though, man. It works.
Like,
you know,
it works.
Get me, like he gets me, and that's why I can't stand him. Like,
you know, you love me, though.
But shut up. He really does get me. He really does. Yes.
I love that.
Appreciate it.
Obviously, in that situation, Tony and Morgan.
Sorry, Kojo, what's that?
No, sorry. I was gonna say that obviously in a situation in the house, you know, there was a moment where, you know, Morgan, you were upset. You were in the room with Cynthia, and Cynthia said, you know, judge them basically by how they are when they're angry. Tony came in, he saw you crying. He was like, yo, you know, he wasn't the most empathetic from what we saw in the edit in that scene. For you, Morgan, what was happening for you in that moment?
To be honest with you, I was obviously hurt by what he said, but I was also torn because I'm tired of picking the wrong person, right? I think I've been doing pretty good, though, before this whole thing came. When I say picking the wrong person, right? The person that caused you pain, the person that is, you know, you're constantly battling with, the person that doesn't communicate well, the person that doesn't understand you, which is where Tony and I were at the time. But now I have Lyndon, which is all green, you know, go, but it's not quite this.
Yeah, that's what you think. You think,
you know, like it's not quite.
She think it was all go.
Well, so I'm able to talk to Lyndon.
Let's keep it 100, Kojo, man.
Can I tell my story?
Go ahead.
I'm able to talk to Lyndon and communicate with him in a way that is peaceful. It's healthy. It's all these things. So in my heart, I'm like, I wish I could.
Go ahead.
Yo, this man swear that he will just die if he eats anything with seafood in it. To the point he just told me don't order my lobster because he can't be next to it. And now he got his fork in my plate.
Wow.
I knew you just be being extra.
Jesus is Lord. Jesus.
What?
Go ahead.
It's good, right?
Sorry.
No, that lobster is really, really good. What I was saying, Kojo?
You were talking about the fact that when Tony
why I was,
you know, yeah.
That's what I wanted to pick the safe side. Because I did see that in Lyndon. I wanted to and I couldn't. Because we just didn't have it. We just didn't have that, you know, that strong connection that I need. I need that from my partner. Everybody's different. You know, another woman's needs might not be my needs, but I know my personality. I know my silliness. I need somebody to play jokes on. And, you know, the age thing, you know, just where Lyndon and I were. I do think Lyndon could have been a good partner, but he's not ready for what I'm ready for. So, you know, what's the point of us trying to come together if he's walking this way and I'm walking this way? We'll never, you know, get together. At least we were, you know, we thought we were walking the same path. So, yeah, that's why I was really hurt. It wasn't just because he had said what he said. It was like, dang, man, like he's doing all this, he's doing all that. And here I go and have this great guy, but I just can't, you know, I can't help that I feel for one different than I feel for the other.
Tony, do you have a different discourse? Do you have a different viewpoint to that?
I ain't hearing none of that shit that she just said, but
That's your problem.
That's her truth, right? So
right. If you learn how to listen, you'd probably be in a different situation.
Kojo, I have no problem with it. That's her truth. Ain't my truth, but it's her truth.
Okay, we got a shout out to Mark Anthony. He is actually now in the building. He says, just here to contribute towards my future child support payments to my 145 child with Morgan. Tony, my man, 100 grand. What up? So Mark Anthony, just want to say, Mark, appreciate you.
Hey, baby daddy.
I mean, we got questions, Mark Anthony. So if you can shout me after, that'd be very helpful. Because you're out here supplying for the 145 kid, but for Jeffrey's 3, you couldn't do it.
Ooh.
Don't do that.
Hey, come on.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Stop
Take it back.
Stop it. Man.
Leave him alone. Leave Jeffrey alone. But I will say one thing, right? Mark,
did I lie?
Don't do that. Stop it.
Go ahead.
Appreciate you, Mark Anthony. Go for it. Go for it, Mark. What are you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that he thought it was hilarious when I said, "Sit your ass." What'd I say? You shut your ass up and stay over there. He thought it was hilarious because these people know me. They know that I am, a firecracker. Nobody cared. But by the time it made it to y'all screen, I was demeaning then. It was funny as hell. He laughed, I laughed. It never even was a topic to discuss because it was funny. We didn't even know it was said. But yeah, again, you guys just, unfortunately, you guys just get a lot of the shorts of what's going on. But I really am a lighthearted person, and he didn't think anything of it. But watching it back was funny as hell. You shut your ass up and stay over here. That was funny. That was pretty priceless.
That was pretty funny. I can't lie to you. Why? What? I mean, that moment there, it looked like you were just, honestly, you could have looked like a mobster. You were just taking people out, bat. Tony looked stressed. He was like,
all the smoke. I did. I came with all the smoke. Who wanted? I did. But Mark Anthony wasn't one of them. Nobody was really one of them except this guy. But if you get in the way of the person I'm trying to deliver the smoke to, then you're in the way. So no, that was the only person I had beef with.
I'm hearing you on that. For you, obviously, Tony as well. Like I said, she was letting everybody know what it was that day in that place. For you, how was it for you navigating the reunion? Because like she said, 6 weeks, she needed you 6 weeks ago, and yet we had the reunion, and you guys obviously hadn't spoken. So for you, how did you navigate the reunion? How did you go about it? Because it looked a bit tense.
I already had the mindset coming in, just be calm, Tony. Don't, just be yourself, right? This whole entire process, I kind of lost myself, and
I think we both did,
to a point where when I look back and watch certain scenes, I cringe, right? Because I'm like, that's not even me, right? So I literally lost myself. So I had the mindset coming in where, I'm gonna just let whatever woman talk, just let her get what's off her chest and not overreact. So if you notice, I was extremely calm as I can be, right? And again, I just listened to Natasha, I listened to Morgan, and so that was my mindset, just hear them out, and of course, voice my opinions or my concerns, but at the same time, I wanted to keep cool heads, right? I didn't want to be the black man on national TV wilding out on women. I you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to give off that. So, I took a lot of heat. I took a lot of shit, and I just held it together.
I appreciate that. Now, obviously, I said about your particular situation, Tony, but now, Morgan, I don't need you to apologize for the Natasha thing again. We know you're sorry, and we appreciate the apologies. But when you heard what you heard, that Tony told you that, he was out here in them streets, because he literally was, because he weren't in the show. You weren't in the show, bro.
I wasn't like that.
I went literally in the streets, but
What do you mean? I was out here in the street.
You was out there, bro, because you weren't in the show. You were outside the process, so you were out there. You know. So all jokes aside, obviously Tony was, had obviously dated Natasha. At what point did you find out? And when you found out exactly that he had, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop with Natasha, I want to know your perspective. How did you first take it, Morgan?
That's what you call it.
Whoop-de-whoop.
What was my response when you told me? You remember?
Nah, I don't remember.
You remember? You don't remember?
Nah.
I wasn't.
He's got amnesia. Talk to him, Morgan. What happened?
I wasn't mad.
It was like
I took about 60 seconds, and then I was like, "What is wrong with you?" Like that was my initial response, but I wasn't mad. I was like, "I mean, I'll give it to you, but like, did you really think that you had you were building something with her?" That's what my question was. You said you came here for love. Do you think that you were open to starting a relationship with Natasha? And he said no. And I said, "What the hell are you doing? You're stupid." That's what I told you. I was like, "You're so stupid," but I wasn't mad. That's not what got to me. I can handle that. Again, I just was being petty. But I knew.
Now, Tony, obviously, when she said, obviously, what's 9 + 10, 21, you stupid. When she said that, were you vexed? Because, I know that when, in the house, when she did say you were stupid, when she was sitting on you, you was a bit pissed off at that. So were you vexed that she, the way she delivered the information to you, how she felt about you in the Natasha situation, just because of going off what she just said now?
Right. I was very taken aback. I was surprised. Like I said, I've been told Morgan the news in terms of what transpired between Natasha and I. So for her to bring it up like that, I was like, all right, what's the point, right? But you've seen at the premiere, she used it as an excuse to turn me down in front of millions of people. So it is
the finale.
The finale.
As a matter of fact, though, when I told him he was stupid, we laughed about it. I was like, that was the stupidest thing. He was like, yeah, you're right. That was pretty stupid. And we laughed about it and it was over with.
I'm hearing you. I got a few more questions as well. Actually, based on that as well, did you trust Tony more because he came to you and told you this information, Morgan, when he told you about the situation? Did you feel like your trust was able to either remain stable or grow because he told you this information, he came and volunteered the information, or how did you see it, trust-wise?
I mean, I appreciated him for telling me that because he didn't have to. However, I think he felt like it's safer for me to tell her, for her to hear it from me, than for her to hear it from somebody else. But trust, again, I respected him for telling me. Thank you for telling me. I thought that was pretty big of him. You didn't have to do that. But trust, not at that point, no. It didn't make me, it didn't give me the comfort to trust him at that point. Yeah, you got to build trust. And that's not the way you start building trust.
Did you believe Tony when he said that he didn't know the competition rules, that he can't be out here in the streets?
Hell no. You don't believe that.
What you mean? I didn't read this shit.
Boy, whether you read it or not, you knew what it was. But if you want to sit up here and hold on to that lie,
I mean, he
knew good and hell well.
He asked me a question and I answered.
Nobody believes you.
All right, it is what it is.
Nobody believes you.
I'm just telling him I didn't read it.
You don't even believe you.
All right. I can't win, Kojo, man. I can't win.
Just tell the truth.
I am telling the truth.
Shame the devil.
Bite your nose off, man.
Kojo.
Come on, man.
Yes. Sorry. Yeah. 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 So, I'm dying. All right. Cool. There's another question from the audience. They've asked this question. Asks, why do they love each other? Ooh. Why do you guys love each other? Why do you guys,
No.
Who is she asking? Me or Morgan or both?
Oh, both of you. So you can, whoever chooses to go first.
Go.
Well, for great question, by the way. believe it or not, I came on to the process with my guards down, you know,
and that wasn't the only thing you had. That wasn't the only thing.
Yo. See,
that wasn't the only thing.
I'm trying to answer a serious question, and she do something like this, man. Are you gonna let me answer the question?
Go.
Look, I'm sidetracked now. I can't even think right now. See,
go. You came into the process with your guards.
Well, number 2 is you know, Morgan and I really connected on a spiritual level. So let me just correct everyone. You know, I'm a work in progress. I never said, oh, this Christian man, this biblical man, so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? What I do believe in a higher power, and I pray. I do pray. I pray a lot, and I think initially that's what really connected Morgan and I is the spirituality, right? The belief in God and actually praying, right? So we had a strong connection with that, and progress. You know, Morgan and I communicated a lot outside of the show. You know, long conversations. We truly began to know each other in terms of how I was raised, how she was raised. You know, she was raised in a 2-parent household. I was raised in a 1-parent household, unstable. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, being vulnerable with Morgan and really letting her see who I am inside, right? And the experience that I have growing up and my childhood and just where I am now in terms of my career, in terms of everything, in terms of me being a father. So we really got to know each other, right? So it wasn't just, you know, we had a toxic attraction. We really, really know each other on a personal level. And, you know, that bond right there grew, right, throughout the course of the process, even after the process, right? So, you know, I really care. I really care about Morgan, and you know, I eventually want things to work. I'm gonna keep it 100, but at this time, again, I'll take this right now, right? Just enjoying a nice dinner with her and experiencing it with you guys. It's a great start right now. But yeah, to answer your question, we really got to know each other on a personal level, and I was able to let my guards down, and you know, she really to see who I am as a man. So.
I hear that. Morgan, did that answer the question for you?
No, I don't have a list of things to say.
This girl, man.
This is what I like about Tony, because he's this, he's that. I mean, I can be myself around him, and that's really all that matters. I can be my complete self, the good, the bad, the ugly, the crazy, the normal, the petty, whatever. I can just be my complete self around him, and that's not, that's pretty rare for me. But I will say one thing, right? Because we see a lot of people saying, oh, they're supposed to be believers and this and this and this. I mean, like, come on, guys. I don't get me, because I haven't, you know, I haven't read this in a while, but I believe there's a passage in the book of Thessalonians where God condemns people that are trying to tell that we as believers have to live this, you know, perfect life. You know, you actually end up turning people away from God when you set these expectations up so high.
Mm-hmm.
So when everyone's like,
That's
oh,
right.
there's no God in those, you know, they're godless souls. And I mean, that's not love. That's not God. God wants us to, he welcomes us back with open arms when we mess up. No, he doesn't believe in shame. He doesn't shame us. He gives us grace and he gives us mercy every day.
Go ahead.
So if I'm able to seek forgiveness from my Father, which is what I did, a lot of the times I had to go back and say, Lord, I'm sorry. That's not, you know, I ain't like how I did that. And guess what? We good. We good. You feel me? So like, for all those people, you know, like, just, you know, guys, just before you try to remove the speck from my eye, I'm gonna need y'all to go ahead and take that plank out of yours, because I would never condemn anybody else that's struggling in their faith, in their walk. No, if anything, we're here to build each other up. We are a family. We are a family of believers, and my worst day might be your best day. And when I said my friends call me Pastor Morgan, it's true. I hope some of them in here now. We have an online a group Bible study on FaceTime. It's about 20 of us. And we get on there, guess what? For the past however many months, I'm not able to lead it because I'm not in the place spiritually to lead this group. Somebody else could take over. Somebody else could do it. Y'all strengthen me because I'm not in the right place mentally. But for y'all to sit up here and question my walk with God, no, we're not doing that. even though I don't owe, that's between you and God. But don't do that, guys. When you see somebody, your fellow brother or your fellow sister, whatever it is, that's not a time to tear us down. That's a time to pray for your brother or your sister in Christ. You don't know what people be going through. And I guarantee you this, I went through a lot. I went through more than probably the most of y'all could ever go through. So I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, I can just be myself around him.
Nice answer.
No, you said nice answer. All right. There's no question from the audience. So there's a question here, which says, "What's next for these two? Anything we should look out for? TV, YouTube, etc." So there's a question here for you two on this aspect. What should we look out for you two? I mean, look, I would, I might tune into a show if you're on it. I might do.
Thank you.
Y'all giving me original gangsters. I can't lie to you. You know what I mean? Like, I think you should be on BMF or something or like that. You two would make some great couple on there as well. But is there anything else we should be looking out for maybe potentially in the future?
Go ahead, Morgan.
I don't know. I mean, I think we're a fun time. I do think that. So who knows? I don't know. Nobody's hit us up with anything. Carlos. What's up, Carlos?
Yes, Carlos. What is up? Okay, I've been here for years, brother. Why are you taking them? You better take me with them. Okay.
So yeah, for right now, no. Would y'all watch it? You guys want to see a Tony and Morgan show?
That's a question. Audience, would you want to see a show with Morgan and Tony?
Not you, Carlos. We're talking about another Carlos.
Carlos is a service. Oh, what is
Carlos
this?
is our server. He's really great. Where are we? Sardelli's? Is that what they call it in Hollywood Beach? It's really nice. I had the lobster pasta or something. It was real good. Real good. I didn't get to eat it though. Be good for working.
Well, I guess that's a way to get Tony to another date. He owes you another date.
Oh, he owed me way more than another date.
Oh, what does he owe you?
Yeah, he asked you a question.
Next question. Thank you, Carlos.
Oh my gosh, y'all are killing me. I love this. I can't lie to you. You lot are funny.
No.
I can't lie. You guys are funny. All right. So let me go to my banker questions. Sorry, I actually had a banker questions and I've just lost my phone. So let me go back into it so I can stick to my plan. All right, cool. So obviously, like I said, obviously for you guys in this relationship, you guys got great chemistry. I may not be on board with everything that happens, but you seem to find a way. How far along are you guys on this 2-year plan then? Because that 2-year plan is still in motion, baby. Otherwise, Lyndon could have got a chance because he's on the 5-year thing. So why go on with a 2-year plan thing?
I'm getting married next year.
Oh, it's definitely in process.
I'm getting married next year.
So you're getting married next year. Tony, you getting married next year? Because, there is...
I'm getting married too.
I'm tired of being single. This single life is for the birds. I'm too old to be single. It's boring. I don't want to be single anymore. I've lived a whole full life. I've lived an amazing life. I've lived probably a life enough for 2 people. And I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of that. I feel like a lot of women, in my, age range, a lot of women of my caliber, we are waiting till our 40s to have kids, and I see why. I just love my life. I got to be on a freaking TV show. Like, who gets to do that? I get to travel. I get to meet fun people. So I feel like I've done enough that I'm ready to settle down. I'm ready to, start my family and things of that sort. So yeah, I want to get married next year, Lord willing. Lord send my husband.
Tony, so you're in agreement with that?
Yeah, I think, again, Morgan and I communicate. We are definitely on the right path. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm at a point in my life as well. I want a wife, right? And yeah, that's the end goal. So we'll see.
Love that. So we potentially could be looking at you guys, in the wedding next year, potentially, not saying it for definite, but potentially we could be seeing the bells ringing for you two.
Yeah,
Kojo.
The toxic couple, man.
I'm not toxic.
No, I'm just saying that's what they were saying.
Why'd you reject that, Morgan? The toxic aspect. Why'd you deny that part?
I mean, it's funny, but
It's not.
It's funny. I'm gonna take it with the roll with the punches. It is what it is. But I'm not toxic for real.
Nah, what's wrong with you two? You think I can't hear what you said? These headphones are good. Okay, I'm only a young man. You guys want a dirty talk in front of me? I ain't even mad at it. I'm not even mad at it, bro. Listen, that's the chemistry that you guys that's off the chain, as well. Let me ask a specific question then. Okay, because you guys gonna answer, but you didn't give me specific. So Morgan give me a bit more specific. Okay, so give me 3 things that you love about each other. So if I go to man first, because men are leaders here. So Tony, give me 3 things you love about Morgan.
3 things that I love about Morgan. She's a real caring individual. Like I said, she wear her emotions on her sleeves because that she cares, right? She put her hearts out there. So I definitely can depend on Morgan. Absolutely, I like that. And just her spiritual belief, her faith. Me and Morgan actually prayed together. So that I should, that's number 1 for me. Just her faith in God and her faith in a higher power. So I definitely like that as well. And the third thing, I guess her willingness to become a better human being. Her willingness to seek counseling, her willingness to
to fight for what I want.
Right, absolutely. And just being her, right? She don't have to front for anyone. And I know Morgan. I know what type of person Morgan is, and I like it. It works for me, right? So that's what it is.
Morgan, 3 things you love about Master Tony.
Hurry up.
Don't rush me. I like that. Again, when it comes to our faith, no, we're not perfect, but the fact that I can refer to the Bible, we can have discussions about it. That's a breath of fresh air. I can't expect anyone to be perfect, but the fact that he has that foundation, it does set him apart. Now, whether we act like it, notice I said whether we act like it all the time, no, but that could be a part of our journey. We all have our ups and downs, but at the end of the day, I know to our core, both of us, love God, and for what it's worth, we do aspire to be that role model couple. We're just not there yet. Sorry. Actually, no, I'm not. We're just not there yet, but I can see us getting to a point where we are, in our word together reading. I mean, we even had a conversation. I think what led him to finally agree to therapy. Do you remember that? Yeah, you don't want to talk about it. I'll tell it. So I was like, let's go talk to somebody. He was like, no. And I said, well, the Bible says that we should. And he was like, no, it doesn't. And I was like, yes, it does. It says that, if you have a problem with your brother, you should take it up with your brother. And if it doesn't get fixed with your brother, you should bring a friend, bring a witness. And if the problem doesn't get solved with the witness, you should take it to the church. And if the problem doesn't get solved with the church, then you should treat that person like a tax collector and something else. I didn't remember the word. And he's like, well, if it says it, I guess I got to do it. So that part alone for me, and he did it. So I guess that's one of the things that I do like about him. If I challenge him with the word of God, he has no choice but to oblige. I like that he's silly.
I'm silly.
That little look he just did, like he really have like this. I don't know. Like I like him. I like his silliness. I like his that we can be playful together. I like that we have a really thick chemistry. Yeah, we have really good chemistry together, and I like that he's not giving up on me.
And that's like 4 or 5 things.
So you want me to? I can keep going. No, listen, that's enough. No, I like that he hasn't given up on me. That says a lot because I gave him a lot of reasons to give up on me, and he hasn't. So, yeah. I know how to turn it off. What's wrong with your lights?
It's hurting my eyes.
Okay, I like that. So I gotta challenge you, Morgan, a little bit. Because just because I think you said about the faith aspect. Can I ask a question that since Tony has let us know that he believes in a higher power, you mentioned Christianity, the two don't necessarily coincide. So I want to know from your perspective, Morgan, because you said you're the Christian. So how does that work? Because since we're mentioning scriptures, unevenly unyoked. If one is believing higher power, one's believing Jesus, how does that work for you? How do you guys navigate this field?
I can clear it up for you. He's talking about Jesus. That's it.
Now,
right?
is he? Because Tony hasn't mentioned Jesus. So,
okay.
Well, yeah.
Tony, are you mentioning Jesus?
Jesus is God. God is Jesus. Absolutely.
Is anyone else God? Just want to make it very clear, just so we understand where we're coming from. Is Jesus the only God?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. So you class yourself as a Christian, or because you said I'm just going what you said.
Without any doubt in my mind, absolutely.
Okay. So why do you class it as higher power for you then, so that we understand where you're coming from?
Right. When I say that, I just don't like putting myself in a box, right? Because religion tends to separate people, and I'm a Christian. I guess I'm a Christian, right? I do believe in Jesus. I do believe that Jesus died for me and for the sake of my sins and so forth and so on. So, if you're gonna put me in a box, yes, I am.
Morgan, do you have anything to say to that response?
Oh, that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother time.
Right.
I love me some Jesus, right? But I refuse to believe that they're in certain regions of the earth. It's just not a name that people know.
Right.
So I refuse to believe that God is so close-minded that all of those people just don't count. I don't think so. I think, I heard people say if your God is, if you can figure God out, your God is not big enough. I can't figure out God. He amazes me every day. I know he loves us. I know he cares for us. I feel like he died on the cross for my sins. I have a relationship with him. I can talk to him. So for me, I'm gonna stay where my blessings flow. I know from whom my blessings flow. So I like it over here, and I'm gonna stay over here now. In other regions and places, that's not for me to know. All I can do is pray for everyone, and I hope that they have the same relationship with whatever that person means to them. But for me, that's what it means here.
Okay. Now, Morgan, you said you gave Tony a lot of reasons. You said you gave Tony a lot of reasons to potentially leave you. What were some of these reasons that you're talking about, Morgan?
I was so mean to him. I was mean to him for a long time. I was being petty a lot too. When we would go to watch parties, I wouldn't speak to him.
Why?
She wanted to speak to me though.
Because I didn't want to. I didn't want to talk to him.
She really did want to talk to me.
No, I wanted you to. Oh, what about the?
Yeah. Don't do it.
So Kojo, one of the watch parties when it was the Nairgate episode, I invited Junior.
Oh.
I didn't know he was gonna be there.
Who said that? I said that?
I said I didn't know you were gonna be there.
He didn't know I was gonna be there.
Yo, he kept it together the whole time because I wasn't speaking to him. The minute old boy walked through that door, your face was red.
Wait, you was staring at me the whole time.
No, it wasn't.
Yes,
no, it wasn't. He was trying to make eye contact with me before Junior got there. So when Junior got there, he just
Kojo.
It was no more discretion.
She was watching every move, Kojo. She was watching every move.
Like, you for real, man?
She was watching every move.
Right. Cut it out.
Everybody watching.
Right. That's not true, but it was quite a time to see the reaction, the look on his face when Junior came to the watch party.
Good.
No, you wasn't. You hated it. You were not good.
Yo, that light really making my head hurt.
I mean, so you want to turn it off?
Nah, leave it.
Is that better?
Nah, turn it back on.
That better? Okay. All right.
What's up now?
What's next?
To be fair, all my questions have actually emptied the bank. Is there anything else that you'd like to clear up? Me, I've emptied my bank out.
Yes, I want to clear up one thing, right?
Oh,
I just
go
want
for
to
it.
clear up because I feel like I ate with that super gremlin line, and y'all ain't really know what I was talking about. So for everybody that don't know, there's a song by Kodak Black, right? And it says, whatever. It's just super gremlin. Go listen to it because that's what I was talking about. So I'm not crazy. Everybody's like, why she call herself a gremlin? I really. So go check it out, and then y'all see why I said I was a gremlin. That's all. That's all.
Okay. I do have two questions from the audience. Did Morgan's bro have to find Tony after the monster comment? Good question. Do both families accept their friendship? What a question.
No, I actually didn't tell my brother. I didn't tell my brother.
Stop it. Right?
Actually, he's traveling. He's been abroad for a while, but he might have. Actually, no, I don't think he sits back and watches the show. But I didn't tell him. Sometimes it's best to leave family out your drama because then when things work out, now you just put a real sour taste in everybody else's mouth. So no. As far as my friends and family, approving my relationship or pending relationship with Tony, I really don't care. There's only a handful of people, like probably my sister, Sequoia. I love her, and my parents. Other than that, everybody has their own issues in everyone's relationship. Again, y'all just got to see ours. So, to build with somebody that I can be myself around. That's really what it comes down to. Again, I don't find that too often because I am a pretty, big person. I got a big personality, So when I have somebody that I can just let my guard down, good or bad, the way he communicates with me is it's improved tremendously. So I can't take any of that away from him. So if we decide to, if God sees us fit, then the only person that really, opinion that matters is, nobody's really. I mean, we came out here to find love, and what if we do? It just didn't start right. We had a rough start. So again, I'm not getting any younger, and it's hard out here, y'all. It's hard out here. I'm tired of being single, so I got to deal with this one. Maybe.
We've got two more questions from the audience. Got another question from Miss R&D Diva says, what 4 positive words would you use to describe each other? I guess. What 4 positive words? Just words.
That's another question. I don't like that one. Next question.
You don't like to describe each other positively?
Next. Boring. Sorry, Miss R&D. Oh, she paid $5. He's handsome. He's confident. He's assertive, and he's sweet. He's very sweet. He's very sweet. Mm-hmm.
Thought y'all about to kiss. Cool.
Your turn.
Tony, your turn. 4 words, bro. Now, don't be choking on this, bro. It's just 4 words.
4 words. I would say loving, caring.
That sounds so boring. Keep
Yeah, I mean 4 positive words.
Okay, go.
We can joke together, laughter, and
I like when he be like, "Come here, girl."
And the physical attraction is there, the sexiness, for sure.
Yeah.
I love that. Love that. All right. Another question from Jeffrey. Shout out to Jeffrey. She's in the chat. She says, "Let's play. It's late. It's late. Was I ever seeking the men, or were the men seeking me?" She's asking that question. Can you clarify? Was she seeking the men, or were the men seeking her? Because Mark Anthony on an interview said that she was seeking the men.
I love me some Mark Anthony. You know I do. And we about 145 kids in, but I don't know. I don't know where that came from. And he's actually the first and the only person I heard, refer to Jeffrey in that way, saying that she was pursuing the men. No, I mean, she might have liked half of them, but she was playing the game, and I don't see her pursuing these men. I feel like even Tommy said it, they was lined up like Noah's Ark for my sis. So her pursuing the men, I just would have to disagree, Mark Anthony. Down to you. I don't feel like she pursued you. I felt like when it came time to say who you like, you made it very clear that you were interested in Jeffrey. You rubbed her feet or whatever it was at the boat. She wasn't pursuing you. Even at the house when we were at the getaway, it still seemed like it was mutual. I'm not gonna put it on one more than the other, but as to say that she was pursuing the man from me, that was a stretch. She's just sweet and open, and she went into this process open to, different men, and got rid of her list, like Tommy said for us to do. So I ain't like that, Mark Anthony. But that's your story, but I ain't like that, and I ain't see it. So
cool. Tony, did you want to add anything? You don't have to. Cool.
Good.
Another question is, what is your song together? What is your song together? What is your song? Look at the smiles, beaming, beautiful. What is your song, guys?
Cynthia put us on this song, and he will not stop playing it.
Shout out to Cynthia.
Shout out to Cynthia. She was playing it at the mansion, and it will not stop playing on repeat. Miguel.
RAN.
RAN. Real blank.
Real ass nigga. Sorry.
Well, that's our song, for real. That is our song. Except when I was mad at him and he tried to play it for me, I wouldn't let him play it. Turn that shit off.
Yeah.
Y'all are wild. You two are the wildest. Oh man, listen. Audience, if you've got any more questions, we've got a few more minutes. If you want to ask any questions, you've got to send a super chat, and I will ask them the question. Okay. All right. Morgan done, postponed her lobster for you guys. So if you've got a question, send it by super chat so I can ask them that particular question.
The lobster's packed and boxed, and I'm gonna have a real good lunch for it tomorrow.
I hear that still. You two look beautiful together. I can't lie to you. With the serene music behind, the sax was going. It was giving, it was giving some power plays. I can't lie to you, And the way Tony be looking at you, he be looking at you like you a snack, Morgan. You gotta be careful out here. Okay, y'all be careful out there tonight. All right.
Come here, girl.
Yeah, we gonna be careful.
Man, I'm going home. Okay.
She going home, all right? Yeah, she going home.
I'm going. Baby steps, okay?
I understand.
You're getting excited.
I understand.
Calm down, like Kojo said.
Yeah.
I ain't say you should calm down. So whatever y'all gonna do, y'all do what you gotta do. Okay. Man. I don't think anyone's asked another question. I think I've exhausted all the questions I have. Anything else that you guys wanted to clarify? Was there anything else that maybe in the interviews that you saw, things that people have said, maybe even I've said, maybe you want to challenge or clarify? This is a beautiful time to bring it to the foreground as well, if you've got anything on that.
I'm good, Kojo. Good.
Yeah.
Kojo.
Nope, I've said my piece. Thanks, guys. This was fun. I'm so happy that you guys chose to join us on our first date. It was fun. I was actually excited for this, mainly because I knew you guys were going to be watching. So, I was excited to see you, but really because I think it would be so cute for people to see us, in our element versus, I hate you, you're a monster. He's not a monster.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Well, listen, look, I think we've had a great time. I think we got to see, you know, a more lighthearted version of you two. You know, a more playful side of yourselves as well. And look, you know, I think personally, whatever you guys decide to do, just continue just to show that love for each other, whether it's friends, whether it's lovers. You know what I mean? Like, just keep the love flowing for you two, you know. But you know, your energy is great. I can't lie. Your energy is great, you know.
Absolutely.
Lil John, you even know who that is? Hey man, it's something else dealing with a New Yorker versus a Floridian. He never knows anything what I'm talking about. He doesn't know anything.
Go.
No. Oh, yesterday I was telling him something like, I said, yeah, all you do is talk. I said, yeah, you over there talking that cash money shit. And he was like, what are you talking about? It's not the money. I got the money. And I was like, that's like slang. Like, you just talking money in your mouth.
Listen, I don't know the Miami
So
lingo,
he knows nothing about what I'm talking about. What else did I tell you? Everything I say, he doesn't understand. I have to, like, explain.
I tell you what I will do. I'm definitely gonna come back to you guys in a month or two for a checkup interview. We gonna search you both out in a month or two. You know what I mean? So in a month or two time, we'll see where you guys are at. Little update. You know what I mean? Maybe when our, you know, our 6th date or something. You know what I mean? You know. So who knows? So in a month or two, I'm gonna come back for both of y'all. We cool with that?
Pray for us.
Sound good. Definitely.
Pray for us.
Oh, I'm praying. I'm speaking in tongues. If you don't even know, speaking in holy tongues right now.
Wouldn't that be a cute little story?
It would be a cute little story that, you know, you found love and ready to love, and you guys made it work. And so yeah, we look forward to it. So, you know, before you guys get kicked out, let me jump off here. But audience, thank you so much for jumping in. There was 950 of y'all who turned up to show out for Morgan and Tony as well. Leave a comment underneath this video. Share, like, subscribe. Make sure you guys follow Morgan and Tony on YouTube, on Instagram. What's your Instagram so they can follow you guys as well? Sorry, I forgot to say that to you guys.
At Let There Be Morgan.
And I am Tony M. White.
I am Tony M. White, and we are dining at the lovely Sardelli's in Sardelli's, Hollywood Beach. Yes. The food is amazing, amazing service. Ask for Carlos when you guys come visit, okay?
Yeah, sorry, it cut out. So yeah, Sardelli's. Where is it?
Hollywood Beach.
Hollywood Beach.
Italian.
All right, Matt.
Italian
okay. We like it. We like it. Okay. So listen, audience, we appreciate you. Thank you for showing out and coming through. Actually, we had 1,000 actually. So I tell a lie. So we had actually 1,000 and a bit people coming through who wanted to see what you guys had to say. So look, until next time, I'm going to check up with them in a month or two, see where they're at. So, you know, if you want to follow their journey, make sure you follow them on Instagram as well. But, you know, yeah, definitely, you know, in a month or two, I'll check up with you guys and make sure you guys are good. All right. So we appreciate y'all. And thank you for being honest and real as well, Tony and Morgan as well. All right. Audience, we appreciate you. Stay blessed.
All right.
No worries, my guys. It's love.
Definitely. Have a good one.